Hi, I'm Sarah Sherman. I'm a special educator here in New Hampshire who's been teaching remote learning and working with a lot of students who struggle with social skills. And I've had to be creative in ways to engage students and make our remote learning lessons more fun. And from a computer makes it a little bit difficult to do our social skills groups. So I wanted to share some of the lessons that I've been doing. Today's lesson is called Who Done It, and it's kind of a fun activity to get kids thinking about what they have in common with others, what similarities they have, what shared experiences they have. It's a good way for students to kind of be surprised by what they learn about someone else and to realize that they can't always tell by looking at someone what their experiences are. I use this to teach how to kind of store like a file folder on different people and storing that information in their minds and remembering that about the person. So that's something that we work on through this. So for the whodunit lesson, it's really great for kids who struggle with kind of being egocentric in conversations, thinking that everything is about them, who struggle making connections with peers. If you're having students who have started to disengage from lessons during remote learning or are just really struggling with this whole thing in general, it's a good way to kind of build those connections. It'd be a great activity to do at the beginning of the year. I've used it for kids with autism, emotional disturbances, kids with a history of trauma. It's a really great way of building those connections so we can build more resiliency with our students. You need at least 3 students in the group to play, and you can play up to 8. It's a good game for a wide, a bigger group size, and it's good for all ages. You can play with middle school kids and high school kids as well. I teach elementary school, so I've been doing it with those students. As far as the directions go, you would have each student think of 3 things about themselves that people might not know. You would start off by giving examples of things that they can think about, maybe places they've been. They love to talk about if they've broken a bone before, so you could always use injuries as another thing that they might share as an example. You can use favorite teams or foods or places, any hidden talents. So I would start off by giving a bunch of examples of those kind of things. And then you would have the students, I do my lessons through Zoom, so I would have the students go into their chat box, which they all know how to do, but the chat box is on the bottom, so they would click on that. You want to make sure that they switch it from everyone to just the teacher, so they're sending the message just to me. And they would write the 3 things about themselves. I would take all that from the students and make a list. And then I would read them off in random order and say, who done it? And then the students will try to guess who did it, who is that experience from. It's really great for building, again, that like, what do we have in common with someone that I might not have known in class? They might be learning that they're surprised by things that they're learning about other peers. I always do a post-reflection at the end where I ask things like, what new things did you learn about others? What did you have in common? What surprised you? And then I do a little reminder just about how it's good to store that information of what they did learn about each other in a file folder in their memory and remembering those things about the person. So then when they are out at recess or they are on a Zoom call or reading a book, they can make those connections to what they learned about that person. So I hope you enjoy. This is a really fun, easy lesson to do. The kids love it, and they learn things about you too. So it's a great thing for at the beginning of the year as well. So have fun. Thanks.